guys, Chit here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a little play date, create this look that I got going on here. So yeah, we're just gonna sit, chit chat about some makeup, and I'm gonna update you on some rare beauty products.
Intro.
Hi. So I just wanted to come on here and do my makeup because I feel like I'm always doing a review of some sort. So I just wanted to chill, talk, and do my makeup. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Brows are already done. I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow and I carved it out with the Nars concealer. I'm glad I did this review because I forgot how good this is carving out the brows, and it's a good eyeshadow base. So if you don't know what to do with it, use it as a base. It works really well because it's not super emollient, so your shadows will stick. I decided to use the Island Gyal palette from Prime Beauty. Haven't used this in a while, so I figured let's give this a go. It's a black owned company, so that's why I wanted to use it. How are you guys? Granted, y'all can't respond right now, but I always like to know how y'all doing. I did a whole swatch video and tutorial using this palette, so if you're interested in seeing that, I will link that in the cards or maybe even the description box, who knows. I always forget to put the videos in the description box. My bad, y'all, my bad. Prime Beauty actually just released some setting powders that I'm really interested in buying, so I think I may buy it. But then again, I just bought, you know, a little miniature version of the Laura Mercier powder recently, so I'm just like, do I really want to buy another one? But then it's like, it's black owned. If I could hop and get someone who is a little bit larger, I should be able to keep that same energy, fam, and buy a full-size one and support black businesses the way I want to. So I think I'm going to order that pretty soon. And plus, I really wanted to try out their bronzer. For some reason, when I bought this palette, it did not occur to me to get the bronzer, and I'm like so mad at myself. In other news, people actually know that I do YouTube now. Oh, that's wild. So a few people from work now know that I do YouTube, and then literally the following day after they found out, my mom found out. I have never told my mom that I do YouTube. So let's start off with the coworkers. So I was editing one of my videos and my coworker, Holly, hi Holly, she ended up passing me. It was like, oh, what are you doing there? And I'm like, oh, I'm just editing. And she's like, oh, like a YouTube or something? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, that's fantastic. And then everybody in our location now knows that I do YouTube. And then with my mom, she randomly calls me and she's like, oh, ComfyChic365. And I'm like, first of all, it's Comfy Chic, get it right. Love you, Mom. But it's weird that people know, because I really don't talk about it. If people ask, you know, oh, what do you do? I just give them my regular day job. I don't mention, hey, I have a whole YouTube channel. I don't know. I just never mentioned it. And the fact that I've been on here for like 3 years now, I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm just now hitting like miniature milestones, you know. I've only been taking this serious like the last year because I've had so many setbacks with equipment. That's the main reason why I'm not like further along in my channel, is because every time I hit some sort of stride, I get a reality check and get pushed back like a few steps. But with that being said, that's also you know, a test of, all right, do you really want to do this? Because contrary to everyone's belief, YouTube is fucking hard. Like, I'll be the first one to say that. It's a lot of freaking work. And people only see the outcome of everything. You don't see me setting up my lighting and my camera, then trying to find something decent to wear, even though I just be wearing a friggin' t-shirt half the time. You know, then gotta check the audio, then you sit here and you film for hours, then you edit for hours, and all for a 10 to 15 minute video. Like, there's a lot of hours that go on with this, and you know, it's a lot. I think I'm in a purple move. I'm gonna take dance hall. Super weird that now I'm telling people or confirming with people like, yeah, I do YouTube. And I don't know, it's crazy to me. Not quite sure this is the look I'm going for, but this is where we're landing. I gotta jazz this up a little bit. I don't know how. I think I need some water. I need some water. Something came over me. Way too hot to simmer down. Might as well. There we go. That's what I wanted. Might as well overheat. Blood rush, my favorite thing. Yeah, I definitely need to deepen this up. The fact that my mom knows, it's kind of weird. Because, first of all, my sister outed me. I don't know if she let it slip or she was just like, oh yeah, she has a YouTube. I don't know what happened. I mean, out of my family, she kind of was the last person to know. Whoopsies. But, you know, my mom's a tough critic. That's why I guess I didn't tell her. I don't know. But my mom usually, she just watches for like food channels. Like, she loves to cook. She supports me and, you know, drops that like button. But I'm not sure if she actually watches, which is kind of a good thing because I don't know, I kind of don't want her to watch. But, you know, if she does watch, I'm sure I'll get a phone call on something. Be like, girl, what are you doing? Especially when I get back into the fashion stuff, because I do want to get back into that. It's just, I don't know. It actually takes me more energy and effort to do the fashion stuff, but the fashion stuff is easier to film, in my opinion. It's the weirdest thing. I will get back into it, just not at this very second. There's a little rough on these edges, girl. I think we're good for right now. What the hell? These random blonde hairs in this hair is just like ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to tightline using the Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in Perversion. Of course, I'm going to use my favorite liner, which is the Epic Ink pen from NYX. Nope, the devil is a lie. This pen has gotten mad juicy. Nope, you trying to ruin my whole shirt. Not today, devil. Not today. Ooh, I just got some new Lily lashes I could use. And the Lily lashes had a couple of their lashes for like $13 or $14, which is less than half. So I was like, sure, let's jump on that. But this is how they look. So I was like, okay, let's buy that. Let's see how that goes. Doa is not that bad. I actually dig these. It's a lot of flare on the outside, which I like. I like when my lashes go small to big and it's flirty. I'm just priming with the Milk Primer. But I finally got my Maskne under control. Like, I have only like one pimple right here, like, and it's super tiny. It's going away. Thank you, Jesus. Now I can freaking focus on these dark spots. Literally the aftermath of all of this. But I'm gonna get there, you know. Like, I don't mind dark spots, to be honest, because they're a good test for foundation. It's the texture I hate. And when you have like active acne and you have like the bumps and stuff, be making me want to just Knock a bitch out. That water. So today's foundation, I'm still using the Rare Beauty. However, I did go back and get 430, sorry, W. Still don't like this applicator. I did wear this already, so this is a better match. So obviously this is warmer than 420, which is what I tried. And this is definitely a better match for my foundation twins out there. I did wear this foundation in my Gloss Bomb review for Fenty. I was still testing out the shade match, but this is a lot better. I can work with this one a lot more because if it's a little darker, you know, I can brighten it up with concealer and whatnot. But when it was light like the neutral, no girl, no. I still am not 100% sold on it, but it does enough. That's what I'm gonna say. It does enough to keep a job. You can see she kind of lightens up a little bit once you add the concealer and stuff. I know Patrick Starr got a lot of backlash over his review of Rare Beauty, and I was just like, it was kind of uncalled for. Granted, was it a little distasteful that he mentioned his brand as many times? And I really don't feel like he mentioned it that often, but when it was a comparison to be made, he definitely took that opportunity to mention his brand, which, I mean, I don't know. But me personally, I don't feel like he gave a bad review of the actual products. You also have to take into account, Patrick wears a lot of fucking makeup. Like, he packs it on. So his personal preference is completely different than most people. So I just feel like, yes, the brand wasn't for him because he wears a lot of full coverage makeup. And I think that's the problem with like reviews, is that you're getting someone's opinion based on their own personal preferences, even mine. If you're going to review something, you kind of have to do it objectively. So if you wear full coverage makeup, you need to have an objective view of, okay, if someone does like a light medium, you're gonna love this foundation, but like full coverage, you might not like this. I am blending for way too long. Let me switch. So that's my thing. I didn't think his review of the products were bad. I just feel like it was a little distasteful about him mentioning his products as often as he did, which I don't know. I think anyone would have done that. I think I would have done that if I had my own brand, but I mean, it is what it is. This is how it's looking, guys. It's a bit warm. I ain't gonna front. It is a little bit warmer, but it's a workable warm. So I'm gonna go in with the concealer. Oh, I also changed the concealer color. So now I got 380W. This is my favorite thing about the whole brand. It's this freaking applicator. It's literally perfect because it's like a paddle, then it's squared off, and you can get real sharp under the eye. Like, look at that. Zorro up in there. Did I even wipe this? No, I did not. What are you trying to blend? Nothing. I'm still kind of on the fence about keeping the foundation, because after both of like my foundation reviews I've done recently, I had to take a good look at my collection foundation wise, and I realized I really don't have many foundations. Like the Nars I was mixing with my Forever 21. Girl, I was mixing my Nars with my Makeup Forever Velvet Matte. That's why I really didn't notice that one. That other shade was really peach. And then I have like 4 bottles of Fenty in my Lancome, and that's pretty much all the foundation that I have in my collection. So I'm like, oh, do I really want to keep this? Because it's something different. It's just, I don't know, like I might keep this for my light coverage days, which is almost every day. But I don't see myself repurchasing this foundation unless I find something that I want to really like mix with it. So we'll see. I do want to get a few more foundations, maybe one more foundation for the year. That's it. I don't know if it's going to be something old or something new, something borrowed, something blue, but I do want to get a new foundation. I'm thinking I want to get the Lancome, not the Lancome, the Estee Lauder foundation, because I've always put that off. For years I've put it off, and I'm like, maybe it's time for me to push the button on that one. 5W1.5 I think is the shade that I want. And it sucks because now we're in COVID life and I can't really test it, even though I have tested that shade before. It's like, oh damn, I really want to really test them out again, knowing what I know now about makeup and undertones and all that hoopla. So we'll see if I actually do. I picked a fine day to wear like a uptight shirt, but it's okay. And it's funny because still in the concealer, I feel like I could still go lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little bit more. But I think 370 was a cool color, so I was like, I don't want to do that. So let me tell you about my friend from high school. I'm rarely on Facebook, okay? So he ends up posting this wild behind question, I should say. So he ends up posting, who in high school would you want to smash? I was just like, yo, like it had to have been late night with him posting this. But I was just like, are you kidding me? So my friend, she texts me and she's like, girl, do you see this fucking question? And I was like, let me go check it out. I'm looking at the post and it's like legit 300 or 400 comments. And I was just like, some people got some time on their hands. So I hit my homie up, who was my prom date. Like, we're still cool, we're still friends. So I'm like, dude, like, why is there that many comments on this post? He's like, hey, people need to shoot their shot. And I'm like, word, true. And I'm like, but you're the only person who's actually naming people. Like, nobody was name dropping on the post. He would actually just say a name and like the dudes will like kind of confirm, like, yeah, she had a wagon on her, or you know, she was pretty as hell. And don't get it twisted, the females were in there too, saying, oh, you know, so and so can get it. And I was just like, yo, like, you're the only person actually saying anything at this point. You just gonna throw in some randoms. Why does this fool end up going back to his post and saying my name? I was like, yo, bro, like, I didn't, that wasn't an open invitation for me to be like, yeah, I want you to throw my name in there. No, I didn't want that smoke. You guys know me as this beautiful butterfly, you know what I'm saying? But in high school, I didn't look like this, thank God. You know, I was on my nerdy girl-ish, you know, head in the books, off them boys. I really came into myself over these last few years. And the fact that he put my name in there, it was just like, dude, like, come on. Like, I didn't look like this back in high school. Like, the only time I looked pretty decent in high school was from prom to graduation. First of all, I hang around a lot of dudes. That's number one. And number two, it's like teenage boys are just really like hella annoying when it comes to, you know, females and how they look and stuff like that. So I didn't want any of parts of that. I forgot to put this highlighter on. So I was just like, dude, nah. So by the time prom rolled around, you know, your girl ended up getting, I'm using the wrong side of this. Oh, wow. I ended up getting my first sew-in, and I didn't have my glasses on. The bitch had some contacts on. So I was looking a little different, you know, those scrumptious cleavage was showing a little. So it was different for people to see me like that. So once we got back to school, like after prom and stuff, that's when dudes would be like, oh, what's up, girl? And I'm like, I don't want no parts of you, star, because I felt like you're only talking to me because I look like this now. And I remember distinctly like a couple of guys like were all of a sudden like trying to pay me mind and pay me attention. I'm like, miss me with that bush. My best guy friend and I, we talk about this all the time, and he'll always say like, oh, mad dudes was after you in high school, they wanted to talk to you, or you know, they would you know, dudes would talk. And I'm like, yo, like, they really wasn't about nothing, because ain't nobody really say anything to me, you know. So if you really wanted to talk to me, you would have talked to me, but you didn't. So I really don't care about those people. And he tries to make it seem like it was mad dudes, and I'm like, dude, like, you don't have to like boost my confidence or anything like that. It's like, if people knew me and were cool with me and they knew like my personality, they'd be like, oh wow, fucks with you. Cause that's how I am. Like I'm the girl around all the dudes, you know, cause I'm just not like super girly. Granted, I'm doing a full face of fucking makeup, but I'm not, I'm like the homie basically. So for me, I was just like, okay, if people like me, you're gonna step to me. That's how it was. But in high school, I just really was uninterested with the male population. Oh boy, I need to trim my nose hairs. I know that. I know some of y'all are thinking like, oh well, was there somebody I wanted to smash that, you know, back in high school? And like, luckily for me, my crush I ended up dating. So haha, suckers. I just wasn't interested in the guys at my school. It's like I had my I had a boyfriend freshman year, and that was just very overwhelming for me, because like we saw each other way too much. We saw each other before school. During school we had like 4 or 5 classes together. Then we be in ROTC after school. Then he walked me home. Then he wanted to talk on the phone. And as a 14-year-old girl, I was like, oh girl, this is way too much. Way too much. So the rest of high school, I just did not date at all. So I was just like, dating, I'm good with her right now. So when it came to my crush, you know how you have that that glow up summer? My crush had a glow up summer, and he came back to school, and I was just like, oh, well, hello there. Like, he looked cute as hell, and I was like, oh, like he just looked so different. Like he looked the same, but he was, you know, his swag was a little bit more effervescent. But not a lot of people actually know that he and I dated. Yeah, he was just a really cool dude. He's still a really cool dude. I don't talk to him that often, but you know, I do check in once in a blue moon, like, hey, what's up? But he was just so freaking cute. I will tell you that. He was just, that summer glow up, I was just like, oh. barbershop. I'm looking hella dry. Ooh. I still can't figure out what the hell that smells like. Maybe 2 of the names that the girls were talking about or mentioned, I was like, I second that emotion, because even to this day they look cute. I was like, oh, okay. Now if they wanted to mention, oh, who had a good glow up, okay, count me in. But in high school, no, I wasn't that girl. I really wasn't. And I'm actually glad that I wasn't, because I don't know, it's just teenage guys. Do I want to take the Amrezy highlighter? Sure, why not? Look at my Amrezy highlighter. Like, seriously? It's just falling all out the pan. Glow ups are real. So if you are out there and you're like, oh, girl, I ain't nothing but some makeup and some good threads. That's it. We're all ugly. Oh boy. What do I want to do next? Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to remind me to do my freaking nose. Like, why? We've been over this, guys. Like, you gotta remind me. How was your high school experience? Like, my high school experience to me wasn't bad. Like, I would hate to be a teenager in this day and age, but back in my day, I mean, it was all right. I feel like everybody was kind of cool and knew of each other. You know, it wasn't no big beefs that I know of. But then again, it might have been, because I just fucking mind my business. I always stay minding my business. I really could care less about anybody else's drama and problems, because nope. Miss me with that. I always say, like, I'm going to use a brand new E20, but I just be like, what's wrong with this? It's just the handle. Pat McGrath just dropped a new palette. I guess is it a holiday one? I don't know. I did purchase it, so I am going to be doing some swatches and talking about it. I don't know what lip to put on. I feel like I should do a like pink lip. I swear, I have nothing sharpened. Girl. See, this is why I'm not a professional, because clearly. That was a lot darker than I was planning to go, but alas, we are here. Do I want to use Christy? Oh, let's try it. We're here. Milk was a bad idea. That's definitely not the route I wanted to go, but we are here. I mean, it's getting there, it's getting there, it's getting there. I think we're okay. So here is the final look. I mean, I've been digging purple for these last couple of videos, but I mean, it's cool. I get to use some of my stuff in my collection, and isn't that the point? I mean, come on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. Check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Stay comfy, guys. Bye.